Please note that not every prophetic message that I share on this channel is meant for everybody, so it's important that you have a relationship with the Holy Spirit and take it back to Him and ask Him to give you the confirmation that you need before you run with the message. For some of you, I know that this is going to be a confirming message because the Lord has already been speaking to you about this. And if that's the case and you have any questions, please make sure to take all those questions back to Him because He will have the answers for you. Hi friends, it is Queen Alita. Welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to come on here and share a prophetic message yesterday. In fact, I wanted to come on early in the week, but I have not been feeling well at all since this weekend, and I just felt the Lord saying, just rest, just rest. It's okay to rest. So I did that, and I do feel better today, still feeling a bit off, but I really wanted to come on and share the message. It's a really good one for whoever it's meant for. But before we dive into the message, I just want to thank everybody again for the donations through Give, Send, Go. We reached the goal this month. In fact, we exceeded it. If I remember, I will put a screenshot of where we are. And then, November starts a new month. I had set the Give, Send, Go for 3 months, and just to help me get this business going off the ground and, being able to pay for everything, from the supplies, the yarn, the different gadgets that I'll need, label maker, all sorts of stuff, websites are not cheap, people, like what is going on? But anyway, so just all of that, and I do want to document everything with regards to starting this business and getting it off the ground. On my other channel, I do have footage. I've been taking footage as I remember to, because I'm not the kind of person that always has a camera ready and waiting to record stuff. So whenever I've remembered, I would set up the camera and record just in terms of the stuff that's coming in. And so I just want to thank everybody for that, and let's see what we'll do in November. The Give, Send, Go is still set up. It's set up for, like I said, October, November, and December, and I could use every cent I can get, especially when it comes to marketing, getting the word out there that this business is happening. That's where a lot of the expense is going to go, especially in November. In October, I spend a lot of the money on getting supplies so that I can make as much as I can and be able to get things to you guys, ship them efficiently and all of that. And it's been exciting. I've learned a lot. So November, I really want to focus on a marketing strategy, getting the word out there, because my dolls are not the cheapest out there, and there's a reason for that. It takes a lot of time to make one doll, and I don't put them together haphazardly just so I can make a sale. There is a lot of attention and care that I put into them because I really want whoever buys them to enjoy these dolls. I want them to be a blessing, and I want them to last for many years. I choose really good quality yarns, and again, I take my time. There's just a lot of technical things that I want to get right with each doll. And of course, each doll is unique. I'm not going to make the same doll again. So if you have a doll, there's no other doll out there that looks like that, okay? Unless if someone, decides to replicate what I've made. But the ones that I make by my hands, there'll only ever be one of each, which is exciting, and it's a nice challenge because I get to be creative about what I'm going to make next. And obviously I do take custom orders. That was something I was nervous about, but you know what? I take them. If you want a custom doll made for yourself or for any loved one as a Christmas gift, this is a great time to start thinking about what you're going to get for Christmas, especially for children. And I'd be happy to take in those Christmas orders. So that's that. And also thank you to everybody that has gone along with the dollar campaign for this ministry. What I want to do is tally up all the money that was sent with regards to that, and just let you know how much we raised this month through the $1 campaign. And just so you guys know how much we made and what it's going to go towards. And if we can keep that going, that would be great. If anyone has any suggestions on how I can make it like a recurring payment so that people don't have to worry about it every month, I was thinking of doing it through memberships here on YouTube, but YouTube does take a cut, so I don't know if that's a good idea. But another idea would be to do it through the website once the website is up and running. So I think that's probably going to be the best bet. So for now, If you guys can just continue just, donating that $1 per month, that would be great. And once the website is up, I will have a link there so that you guys can just set up a recurring payment. Hopefully I can figure that out. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for supporting this ministry. It means so much to me just to see you guys come together to help me, to help expand what God is doing is just a blessing. I'm beyond thankful. So let's get into the word. This is a very beautiful, encouraging word. A few videos ago, I shared with you guys that I had a dream on September 7th this year and that the date was significant. And I did explain what the date meant in that video for anyone who missed it. I will try and remember to link the video, but if I don't, you can find it in my videos library here on YouTube. But the second dream that I had that night, so I've shared the first dream. The second dream that I had that night, I was with someone, like she used to be an elder's wife or a elder's wife. She was not the pastor's wife. She was an elder's wife at a church that I used to go to many years ago. I was still in my 20s. And so she was in the dream with me. This is somebody that I have encountered over the years because the church that she was a part of is part of the group of churches that, I've been in and out of, right? So I've encountered her over the years. So this is somebody that I was not really close to. And in the dream, she was trying to tell me something. We were working together. It felt like this was something that had been happening for years. It was a long-term work situation that we had going on there. And she came up to tell me something while I was busy. And while she's trying to speak, I'm really struggling to hear her. Her words it's almost like something is just blocking me from hearing what she's saying. But I'm getting a good sense of what she's saying at this point. And basically what she was trying to communicate was something about an investment that, she was checking if I knew about it or knew about the profits that were coming out of that investment. This is something that we had all invested in. It felt like it wasn't just me and her, it was other people as well. We had all put in our investment into this thing or we had invested into the thing, and her and other people were getting returns, had been getting returns for years. And I was the only one who wasn't. And what I was getting from what she was saying was that she was trying to communicate like, hey, do you know about this thing? But it just felt off because she was trying to come across as someone who was helping me, trying to enlighten me on, I hope you're not missing out. I hope you've been getting your piece of the pie. And I hadn't been. So I just knew that it was off. Her motive wasn't really to help me. It felt like her motive was to cover her bases. And so I say to her, listen, I can't hear what you're saying. Can you please repeat that? And she's like, yeah, maybe you should contact so-and-so, email them. And she gave me the email address, which I don't remember. I just know in the dream she gave me an email address. And she's like, yeah, basically contact this person. You're going to get your profits, your return. That's the word I'm looking for, your return on your investment. And I was just thinking to myself, this is so off. So they've been getting returns on this investment for years and I haven't been. And so suddenly I had like this vision of her at her house, just coming home from work. Her husband was there. In the dream, her husband is the same guy that is her husband in waking life. So she was coming into her house. Her house was beautiful. It was stunning. It was the kind of house that I would want to have. This is my dream house, basically. It was my dream house, exactly the way that I love it. I like vintage. I like old style. I like almost like a farmhouse style and just cozy and nostalgic. I love that kind of style. Okay, I'm not a modern taste person at all. I don't like modern, so square. and sharp edges. Anyway, that's beside the point. So I could see her home in the dreams. Like I had this vision. It was so beautiful. And as I'm just watching her in her house, and her life is just perfect. In the dream, my thoughts were, but Lord, why was I deprived of all of this? Like, what? How come I missed out on all of this? And I woke up from that dream, and when I woke up from the dream, just like the dream before, I was just absolutely just elated, because the first thing I understood was that God was revealing things. He's going to be revealing things that have been hidden from you for a long time. And it is related to the work that you've put in, the investment that you've put in, that you should have been getting a return on for years, but you haven't been. And I did get a strong sense of a financial aspect to this blessing, to this return, but also it being more than financial. It has to do with all the blessings. It has to do with everything that you have poured in, whether it's at church, in your community, whatever you have done to pour yourself into service and working for the Lord. You are going to be getting a return on that. And the Lord is shining a light on it, because it has been hidden from you. And there are certain people that have information and have had information for a long time, for years, and they have continued enjoying and reaping the benefits of these returns without you knowing. And it's almost as if the sense that I got is that something is going to happen, that they will not have a choice but to reveal the truth. I don't think that the way this elder's wife came across to me in the dream, she was covering her bases, if that makes sense. It was like, oops, we better tell her, And just to give you guys an idea of my relationship with this person, like I said, I've never been close to them, but I did do ministry once with them, in like a group counseling setting, so that was the only time that I got close, and that was not a good experience. There was a religious spirit there. I didn't like it. I did not enjoy it. And fast forward, well, not really fast forward, around about that time, I was part of a church that is part of that church family, that church group, church organization. And I left that particular church when I started, well, just before I started my YouTube channel. And there was there were a bit of issues there. The leadership at that church were not happy with me starting this YouTube channel, and I knew that God was calling me to do it. So they basically gave me an ultimatum. It's either if you're staying under us, you pull down all your videos and you stop the channel. And I knew what God had said to me. I could not ignore the call, and I couldn't talk myself out of it. I'm the kind of person, if the Lord tells me this is where I want you to go, this is where I want you to be, this is where I want you to do, there's no choice. It has to happen, because God is asking me to do it. I know there are times when we all struggle with some of the things that the Lord asks us to do. I'm not saying that I jump at it every time, but I know, especially when I'm struggling with something, I'll be like, oh man, this is hard, but I know that I have to do it eventually, and the Lord will give me time if I need it. But this was one of those things that I was so ready to do, and I just jumped on it. I got confirmation after confirmation. I'm sure I've shared the stories with you guys before on this channel. So when I chose to continue with this ministry, and no longer attend that particular church, this person who's in my dream, like I said, they were not my direct elder, but they were in a church that's part of the church group. Now, I was blacklisted, guys, blacklisted. They used to call me for worship. There used to be this annual conference. I'm sure they still do the annual conference. So every year I would get a call. Okay, are you available to do worship? Absolutely. That year, it was actually coming up. The time for the conference was coming up shortly after I started my channel and refused to to stop doing this. And so I was expecting the call, because I was like, yeah, I do this every year. It never came. And it just hit me like, oh, you know what? I think I've been blacklisted. And fast forward maybe a couple of years later, I run into this woman that was in my dream, and I was just happy to see her. You just greet people that and I was like, hey, so and so. And listen, if this woman could duck and dive more obviously, it would just have been so embarrassing for me, for her. She just was trying to avoid me, and I was just like, okay, that's really strange. And I got that treatment from a lot of other elders within this circle, this church group circle, and I understood that, yeah, no, there's no I've been blacklisted, which to me, I don't care. I'm doing what the Lord called me to do, and I don't regret it. If that's how church folk choose to be, it's just mind-boggling to me. But that's not why I'm doing this video today. But I wanted to give you context with regards to the relationship I have or have had with this particular elder's wife. And so I believe the Lord used her in the dream to show me somebody that is supposed to be, displaying the characteristics of Christ, but doesn't always. And I'm not trying to paint her as though, I'm better than her or anybody else is better than her. But, this is an elder's wife. And in the dream, they withheld information from me. She withheld information from me. And at the last minute, it felt like she had no choice but to speak. And I believe the Lord used her because of just the shady way that she has conducted herself, and not to condemn her, but as a symbol of how God is revealing the truth. He's exposing what has happened, how the enemy has stolen through certain people or through a certain avenue, and that he is restoring. Like, he is a God who restores. He is a redeeming God, and he will not, like, the Lord doesn't turn a blind eye to the injustices that happen to us, even the ones that we don't know about. Because in this dream, I didn't even know there was an injustice that had happened. And the Lord is going to restore you in ways in ways that you couldn't have imagined, because you didn't even know that these things were due to you. So these things that are due to you are coming, and a lot of them are going to be things that you didn't even know were supposed to come to you. And the Lord wants you to know that, yes, it has been a very difficult road, a hard life for a lot of you, where you've had dreams, you've had aspirations, you've had hopes of a certain type of life. And I believe the house in the dream really represented a dream and a vision that you carry, and you were never able to realize because you didn't have the resources, you didn't have what it took to gain those things. So the Lord is basically saying that the chickens are coming home to roost for certain people who have deceived you, who have kept you in the dark, who have in the name of the Lord, in the name of church, in the name of doing God's work, have justified treating you a certain way. But there's conviction that is coming to these people, and the Lord is going to cause them to have to speak up and expose, or at least confess, or, reveal what they had been withholding for all these years. This is a time of Jubilee. That's what I'm hearing in my spirit. Jubilee for you. You are recovering everything. You're recovering even the things that you didn't even know were taken from you. You've poured out everything. You've poured out your soul, your resources, and never got a return on your investment. But the Lord is going to ensure that you get a return on that investment. He's going to set you up real nice. Now, stay tuned for the scriptures at the end of the video. And that is the message for today. I really pray that it's blessed you if it's for you. And guys, I ask that you keep me in your prayers just for my health. There's just a situation I'm going through that it's really tough. But
I'm just thankful to the Lord that I'm alive, that I'm breathing, that I'm able to come on here, share these videos, that I'm able to even start a business, guys. Like, can I just tell you how excited and passionate I am about this? Like, I have tried to start businesses in the past before, and I've been there's certain points where I just give up because it's too much admin. I have to apply for this and I have to apply for that, and this time, y'all, it's a pleasure. Every step of the process has been a pleasure. I've had to do things here with SARS, that's the South African Revenue Services. It's not fun. Nobody wants to deal with these entities. But for me, it's been like, yeah, let's do this. Let's sign up for an exporter's code, because I'm going to be exporting my dolls to whoever orders them around the world. And I don't want there to be delays. And, everything that I need to do, I'm doing, whether it's admin, whether it's making the dolls. It's so much fun. I'm loving it. It's such a beautiful learning curve. I love this. I feel like God just really opened up a door for me that just is a beautiful sweet spot. So I'm thankful. And I'm rambling now, but I just wanted to just ask you guys for your prayers. And of course, put your prayer requests in the comment section and we can pray for one another. It's so important that we do. So that's it for today. I will see you guys in the next video. Always remember that God is a good Father. He loves you so much because you, my friends, are so deeply special to Him. If you feel led to support this ministry, please see the information box below the video.